It's what we do. Always walk back, come to the zoo. It's what we do. Always walk back, always walk back, come to the zoo. It's what we do. Always walk back. There's plenty to tell you. Jack's animal fun facts. 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 The way the world. Today is about this animal. This here is what I'm talking about.
Rachel is a baby manatee.
There are three kinds. West African manatees live in Africa. The ones here live in these parts. It's the Amazon in South America. The West Indian manatee lives in these parts. Way down here, from Southeast United States to these parts of the Caribbean, along Central and South America. They like to live in shallow, tropical waters. These guys have mitten-shaped flippers, a face like a walrus with no tusk, a big round body, and a flat tail like a beaver. A manatee is very large, about 15 feet long from head to tail, and weigh 2,000 pounds. Manatees are mammals, and the cows get 3 bottles of milk. That's how many a mother gives milk to it. A day, morning, afternoon, before bedtime. The first time when you see one,
You might think they're strange looking. Tails that are wide and flat, and big round bodies, and flippers to steer them through the water.
manatees and dugongs are the only sea mammals that eat plants. And they graze on underwater plants. That's why
That's
also.
why they're called sea cows.
Now, it may be true that they eat lettuce, but not in the wild, in zoos and aquariums. They're also given lettuce and carrots as well. Also like mashed bananas. But there's one other thing. Did you know that manatees are related to elephants? Check out the nose. It's shaped like the tip of the Asian elephant's trunk. And look how they use their lips to grip their food. And the flippers, they have 3 fingernails on them. And their skin is tough and smooth with 2. They use their noses to breathe.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And that tail, it's flat and wide like a beaver's and used to move through the water. And check this out. In the spring, they head for the seacoast, and in the autumn, they head back and to fresh water. It's funny how they're doing sleep swimming. They just love to nap on the seafloor. They love to huddle together to keep warm and puff and breathe every few minutes, all without waking up. They may be goofy looking, but they're very gentle animals. When Rachel was born, and a week later, something bad happened. She was hit by a motorboat.
She was rescued and brought here to SeaWorld. She's lived here ever since. Now, one of the first manatees ever rescued anywhere was a curious young sea cow named Sam. He poked his nose into an underwater sewer pipe and he couldn't get out.
His story is told in this book.
Sam, the sea cow.
Sam, the Sea Cow, by Francine Jacobs, illustrations by Laura Kelly, version by Jason Robards, narrated by Jack Medved. That's me. It all began in springtime in southern Florida. A huge gray animal moved slowly down the river toward the sea.
It is a shy, harmless manatee.
On her back, the mother was carrying a brand new calf, just born. His name was Sam. Ever since he was born, his mother rises, the calf's head above the water. The calf breathes in and breathes out. Even though manatees live in the water, they breathe air just like you and me. Sam's mother ducks him and lifts him ducks him and lifts him, teaching him to breathe in the air
and hold
and his breath underwater, which is his first swimming lesson. Sam finds place beneath his mother's flipper when he is hungry. He sucks the warm milk. Manatees are mammals, so mothers feed their young cat young milk. Sam also looks like his mother. More than just those things, what LeVar said. He has little round eyes and a small head. He hears sounds. He doesn't have out ears like we do. Sam's body is shaped like a big pear. Later, he will learn to use his tail, but he still had a lot to learn, like what trouble to avoid. One day, Sam hears a strange noise. He lifts his head to look. His mother squeals to warn him. Too late! A motorboat hits him. The propeller yousted him. Motorboats are one of their worst threats. Sam's wound leaves a scar between his eyes right in his head. It looked like a thin, curl hair strand. Months later, after spring and summer, autumn came. Sam and his mother swim up the river to warmer waters. Alligators snooze on the shore. Tricolored herons wade in the mud. Sam eats plants like other manatees. Sam pokes his face in hyacinths, munching. He learned how to do that just like in the herd. Every 5 minutes, Sam comes up to breathe. Sometimes pops out near rowboats and surprising people like this little girl, and humans like the little girl. Sam learned the ways of the herd so well. In the spring, they head for the seacoast.
Here, swimming along the seacoast in the warm months
and returning to the river in the autumn. Sometimes when Sam isn't eating, he goes exploring, searching around wooden pilings and searching on docks, exploring. Until one day, Sam
swims into a big, round cement pipe. He
squirmed half in, but then he couldn't get out again. Sam was stuck in a sewer drain. People heard Sam cry for help.
They try to help him, but Sam can't be moved from the drain.
But they call a Seaquarium from Miami in the east part of Florida.
They pull Sam
out from the sewer and took him to the Seaquarium to heal. And Sam the sea cow is free. They block the sewers, which is another way how to protect them, with metal screen block. So nothing gets in or out of here. It also keeps water clean, too. Sam was put in a manatee exhibit. He has a new home now, and soon he was feeling well again.
Nothing.
But there was nothing for him to explore here much, even though he was in the same exhibit as the same kind of animal, which is those other manatees. He is lonely.
The keepers finally decide to return him to a river.
They observed that and made the right decision.
Sam is lifted to a truck
and taken to an airplane, and the pilot flies him to Crystal River,
600 miles away. Other manatees are swimming in the river. Sam
calls him.
He flips his tail.
Swims to him. One, as a she, turned to face Sam. They rub noses, and they agreed to join with each other, taking each other's flippers.
They swim off together.
And that's how Sam the sea cow is a survivor. The end. In Florida, one was rescued when was hurt by a motorboat, and the other one had a problem as well. One was lost in this place, in the harbor, and the other was removed from a pipe. A close call, and they used nets and other stuff, including cranes, to help get into safety, so they can heal. Good relief, huh? Those scars here look pretty nasty, but they're left behind. At least they healed so well. Their skin's kind of tough. I've seen those guys a lot until one day they did those tumbles in the water, which means only one thing. But that's a good thing. When a manatee playfully tumbles in the water, it's a sign that he's healthy again. That's when they put the plan in motion. Here's what happened here. Barnacle Bill was hit by a boat about 18 months here until one day rescued by SeaWorld in Florida. He stayed there for a long time until he was healed, until the day came it was time to return him. Everyone was taking action, including LeVar himself from Reading Rainbow. That's the host, all right. And they were ready to place him in. He got on and put in his flippers through the harness. They got him on board and make sure to help him stay calm and comfortable and keep his skin wet and moist with water. It wasn't very easy to keep him calm. He was a little nervous, but he was getting calm and stuff thanks to their help. And the last legs of their journey, many steps here to that release site. In some deeper water, they released him into that mangrove swamp where he came from.
So long, Barnacle Bill.
We'll see you again next time.
Well, the true life tale of Bill is now complete. And with our help, it turned out to be a story with a happy ending.
Those rescues are very important for a reason. Manatees are endangered animals, and they need protection to survive just like all animals do. So they can live in harmony, in peacefulness, and protection. This is Chatskahuiska, a wildlife habitat in Florida. Manatees share the same environment with other animals, including those that are rare and endangered. They need their habitats here, including it's also a way to survive as well. Signs like these warn those that ride boats. This is a manatee area. They must slow down. That way, manatees are kept protected. No motorboats allowed. Darkness on the water. Below. The manatees so endlessly. Place to go. Let's dream a dream of the way the world could be. Serenity, a dream where everything lives free. Graceful, gentle giants beside so peacefully. We've got to live together. We've got to live together. It won't be easy. No. Dream the dream of the way the world could be. Say the manatee, say all species. Don't you everything lives free. Manatees are amazing animals, but they need our protection and our help. We have to take care of all animals and habitats, even those that are endangered. It's not only sharing our knowledge here. You could do lots of other things, like these, for example, like keeping beach clean, learn facts here, share your knowledge, recycling, and lots more. Thankfully, conservation, they are endangered, but there's hope. All animals need protection. You can find out more about manatees and other animals at your local library. This one is about manatees by Emily Uliptian. It has lots of information about them and how they're amazing discovery. This one is the 10 Things I Know books, but another one is the same one my dad read before. Endangered Species by Alexander Wright, illustrated by Marshall Peck III. There are many others, and you can find out lots of other things too. because learning about animals is one of the best ways to protect them. Every day's Earth Day, I always say. Remember, we all share the same world. We all can help take care of it and protect it together. See you next time.